Keeping in touch with our people. Senator Alicia Chucky Hansen.
Elizabeth Wendy again. I don't want a married man to come up and hold my hand. I don't want a man who wants to show me with an exam woman. I just want to grind me, just line up behind me. I need a man who can don't mind if I fall.
I've been asking for a while to turn off the music. No, you want in there. Oh, I don't know where the production people, but greetings. This is your senator and friend, Alicia Chucky Hansen, keeping in touch with my people. Well, it has been a bittersweet this past week. Yes, a bittersweet for the people of the Virgin Islands, particularly my people. People who are at a disadvantage, people who can defend themselves and don't have the resources to defend themselves. Okay? And we're going to talk about that just in a few minutes, because right now we have a little backup here relative to some people that I wanted to discuss with you that's very significant to me. And I'm speaking of our elderly who were at the legislature just about a week ago. And I promised them that I will highlight them here today. And therefore, I am going to begin with that. And I'm coming after some people shortly, because they look for it. Okay? And I'm going to tell you what the bittersweet is all about. I want to say that the legislature was privileged to host many of our senior citizens from the island of St. Croix, St. Thomas, and St. John's. Beautiful event. It was referred to as the mock session of the legislature. But for me, it was nothing about being a mock. Certainly we know they are not officially elected, and therefore we can't say it is an official session. But you know what I mean when I say not a mock, in my opinion and in my heart. That's because there are people who have already served the Virgin Islands for many years. They are retired, and they have a lot of gray hairs, which I count as wisdom. People who can guide us to include spiritually. And talking about spiritually, there was a prayer that was done by one of those seniors, and I believe my staff, I took it on my package, and I'm going to have to make sure that one comes later on. And the reason for that is I said I wanted it framed, and I don't think I got it back. But I recall it was done by, what was his name? Anyway, it'll come back to me. But a very, very powerful prayer. Oh, I have it? No, that was the one from Mrs. Abbott, the Serenity Prayer. But nonetheless, moving on, because you know, I vexed this morning, and I normally don't start vex. So I am trying to do something here to cool that down. Alright? Oh, I do have the prayer here with me. Oh, they gave it to me back. And it began with the praise and of course the the Respect to Our Nation with our national anthem and the Virgin Islands March. And it spoke of the Citizenship Day prayer at the legislature, which was delivered by Pastor Joseph Gilbert of Church of God of Prophecy. Can I find my glasses, please? And it read like this: Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. See thou a man diligent in his business, he shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men. As we are all gathered here today in the holy presence of the living Lord God of heaven, who has held and kept his first recorded business meeting on earth with man and the anointed cherub in the Garden of Eden, has in eternity predestinated and chosen us for this day and hour to transact any and all businesses that may be properly brought before the legislative law-making body that will serve to enhance the various infrastructures and integrity for the betterment of these U.S. Virgin Islands. I beseech thee to give them the wisdom of Solomon in their preparation and their presentations required that only you alone can give. You are the God that searches the hearts and thoughts of all men and women, and try the reign thereof, that we become not a Socinian. Strange enough for King Solomon in his God-given wisdom to write these words of sobriety in his book of Proverbs, chapter 3, 16, 22, 23, and 28. Quote, how much better is it to get wisdom and understanding than to get silver and gold. Therefore, remove not the ancient landmark which the fathers have set. Buy the truth and sell it not. Get also wisdom and instruction and understanding. He that hasteth to be rich hath an evil eye, and considereth not that poverty shall come upon him. Continues here. He that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches, and he that giveth the rich shall surely be in want. For riches are not forever. For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven. But he that giveth unto the poor shall not suffer lack. But the abundant blessings of the Lord God shall be upon him and his household forever. Now, Lord, the Lord God of our salvation, bow down thine ear and hear all these words that is rehearsed in thy ears this day. And let us apply our minds and hearts unto the knowledge of the theocracy. For it will be a good thing, Lord, if this law-making body will keep the integrity of thy words within their minds and hearts. It will make them wiser in governing these islands. For all these favors and thy mercies, O Lord of heaven, we ask in Jesus' name. Amen. That was the prayer that Mr. Pastor Joseph Gilbert of the Church of God of Prophecy delivered on May the 26th, 2014. And I was touched by it. as I believe all the seniors and all God-fearing senators would have been touched by it, and therefore I decided I will share it with you. We also had as president of the legislature, Miss Helen Hart, and she gave me booklet, and because I was singing with them, at the table, the luncheon, she said she wanted me to also hear her sing, and she sang me a song that, or a hymn, I should say, that is called Because He Lives. There is tomorrow because He lives. And you may know that song. I don't sing too well, so I'm going to try it here publicly. But, it goes a little, because He lives, there is tomorrow. And you can continue with the rest, right? And she has such a beautiful voice. Her name is Miss Helen Hart. And I want to thank her so much for it. And she delivered a Pray in My Hands that's called Pray of the People. And she told me to always keep it with me. So I have it in my handbag, my purse that I carry every day. So I now have added not just hers, but the one for Pastor Joseph Gilbert. Okay? Now, the seniors that came to the legislature, and let me tell you, the president who sat in for Senate President Sean Michael Malone was the one that I said is Miss Helen Hart. And you will think that Miss Helen Hart presided over the legislature for 10 years. She was on point each and every time, guided by the Senate President, but I could tell that she is one of them among the other 14 that were paying attention all the time to the Senate hearings. She know the rules. She operated like she know more than some certain senators, to be honest with you. Okay? Now you also had representing as Secretary of the Legislature, Miss Violet Bass, who was sitting as Senator Janet Milling Young. Miss Violet Bass was in fact a boss, okay? We had sitting in for Senator Donald Ducks Cole as Majority Leader, Mr. Joseph Gilbert. Alright? That's the pastor that I just described. And sitting as Senator Clifford Graham was Ellen Daniel. Ellen, massive. Okay? Then as Senator Myron Jackson, you had Miss Helen Edwards. Very, very good. Very, very good. Senator Clarence Payne was represented by Senior Keith James. Did a great job. Senator Tregenza Roach, you had Miss Lola Roberts Richards. She was awesome. We also had Senator Craig Bashinger as at-large Senator, Miss Edna Freeman. And I want to tell my family and friends and everyone else from the beautiful island of St. John, Miss Edna Freeman represented you all well. Okay, Miss Edna Freeman. Then you have from the District of St. Croix sitting in for Senator Samuel Sanis was none other than Falou for me and Falou for you. Miss Vera Falou. I had to ask her, what are you doing there? I thought you were really running for the Senate. But she knows what's going on there. I'll tell you a little bit about mine in a little while. She had to object because Miss Vera Falou want to take over, man. Because you know she know what going on. Senator Judy Buckley, that one was really funny. Mr. William Griswold. Alright, William Griswold, he was taking over the floor all the time. Congratulations, you were very good. Senator Diane Capert, we had Bridget Walton. Alright, and Miss Bridget, it was Bridget Walton, yes. What a beautiful woman. Miss Bridget, I heard you clearly. Alright, among many others, wishing that you were selected. Only one person could have been selected for each senator. And we had Miss Janet. But I really appreciate you all telling me that there was a struggle because everybody wanted to sit in for Chucky Hansen. So I really felt overwhelmed by those statements. Sitting in for Senator Kenneth Gittins, as Senator Kenneth Gittins, was Miss Dorothy Strawn, one of my biggest supporters over the years. Miss Dorothy, I want to tell you, the staff did not share your cake with me, so you got to make another one and bring it for me only. They had the excuse that I was working at St. Thomas that day. So make another cake and just say for Chucky Hansen only, not Chucky Hansen and staff, Chucky Hansen only, because she makes some bad. You know, you got to talk to the young people. What's good, you don't say bad. Oh, yeah. Miss Strawn. Wow, delicious cake and pastries, all right? Then you had sitting in as Senator Terrence Positive Nelson, Miss Maud Phillips. Maudie, morning. Great job. As Senator Narrator Nellie O'Reilly was Miss Louisa Joseph. I am not quite sure if this was the one that was, because at one point someone did not show up and then a queen was selected. A queen to sit in as Senator Narrator Nellie O'Reilly. So I'm not sure if this is the person that didn't show up, Miss Louisa Joseph, or that's the name of the queen. But we can get it straight for next week, right? Or if somebody call us and let us know. But that queen was really a queen. Okay? Whoever she was, a queen of our senior citizens. Beautiful. And then she had on her crown and everything. And let me go to the last but not least. The one that represented Alicia Chucky Hansen. And that was Miss Janet Phillips. Greetings! When she got out, she said, greetings! And the whole place went a thunder laughing. God, she be looking and paying attention. Miss Phillips, thank you so much. Because I felt honored to be represented by you, Miss Janet Phillips. All of you were great. You're all my seniors. I love you. I respect you. And many of you expressed that for you this was not a mock session. That for you, you wanted that great opportunity to let us know, to open our hearts to you, to respect you and your wisdom. Something I preach about for years. That's why I don't like to say senior citizen. You are my elders. Okay? My old lady and old man. The words that are used in the Bible, old lady, old man. Because you represent, in my opinion, I ain't going to nobody else's culture from the States and so forth. In my culture, and particularly also my other culture, I have several, you know. The one in Puerto Rico. We call our seniors viejita. Mi viejita. Mi viejito. That's my old man. My old lady. Because there's so much respect in that word, old man and old lady, that if we will only educate our young people what old man and old lady is, not a dirty piece of cloth. It means wisdom, experience, knowledge that no book sense can ever touch or match. No book sense can touch the wisdom and knowledge of our old man and our old ladies. Alright? And therefore, today I tell you, I thank you for your praise. These people that I called, and up to 2 nights ago, another senior, he happens to be a pastor, or we call him father from the Anglican Church, none other than Father Abbott, for your strong praise in front of all those people on my behalf as you were blessing the dinner, as they were honoring me with their presence on St. Thomas on Thursday. And for you to pray the way you did and to publicly express your support for me, no matter what, because you said you know the things that I've done for this community. I want to thank you, Father Abbott, and I want to take the opportunity to express this morning again our sympathy for the loss of your nephew, I believe, on St. Thomas. You just like me, we're international. We got relatives from all over. Thank you, and to Mrs. Mary Abbott, thank you. Thank you very much. And I can never forget Pastor Ruben Vesop, who have stood behind me equally through all the storms. Thank you, Pastor Ruben Vesop of the Moravian Church and churches here on St. Croix and St. Thomas. All right. There are many other pastors too that bless me, but I'm talking about looking for me, you know? Just going out the way to find me to make sure I'm okay. Not to look for me for no donation, just to find me to make sure I'm okay. It's time for prayer. It's time for another prayer. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you all. Now, maybe I should not have spoken so much about that before I start this, because I don't want to come into it tame. So let me say something else. I have a lot of phone calls here pending. I'm going to take a few calls, and then I want to come discuss these issues, because we ain't playing with them. Don't mess with my people. You mess with my people, you messing with me personally. And I'm coming to you without boundaries. Okay? Can nothing else I could do to me. Do everything. My back is like steel now. Okay? Say, do anything. It's like steel now. But you ain't going to tramp on my people and get away with it. I'm going to just take a few calls so that we could, keep it nice and moving. And I'm coming to deal with you in a few minutes. Greetings.
Greetings, Senator. Good morning.
Hi, fine. How you doing?
Oh, Senator, I can't find words, but I ain't gonna make up words, but I will find words. Senator. You're a blessed man.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah, and what went on Tuesday, I was there, and I get an invitation from you, and I couldn't even get to you. I couldn't even get to you, Senator.
Did I see you and touch your shoulder?
Well, yeah. I mean, the prayer, we come on you from the minister.
Father Abbott.
Yeah, Mr. Abbott. And everybody surrounding you, holding you up. And when the man coming for your brother, the saxophone trombone, the jazz, when everybody went off, oh, that was a beautiful night. That was the night on Emerald Beach. And you really have a lot of army and four. Army and four and St. Thomas for you.
Yeah.
I thought it was I thought you was the gubernatorial candidate.
Well, some of them actually they realize that
when everybody will see telly,
the registration for
when everybody will
running has passed and closed off. So I had to make it clear to them, no, I'm not running for governor, and I'm not running for governor in the future. When I'm done with this, I am just going to haul out with Daddy to go all over the world. You know what I'm saying?
And I said it to Alicia, Chucky, Hansen. Even everybody don't see Teddy, people will still coming. And when you give your speech, oh, it was second to none.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it was well attended.
Mm-hmm.
I said, let me tell you something.
Well, some of them will touch my hand and I said, how are you doing? You enjoying it? They said, Senator, all I came here for is to get close to you, to touch your hands, and tears running down the eyes. I'm saying, Lordy, you know, they really touch me.
I enjoy it. Because most of all, I really want to see you for a long time. And you look good. You look well rest. And you look stronger than ever. And
Daddy taking good care of me, man.
Yes, I could see you smile, and you didn't have ground where you uncover in the upstairs, going on the step, coming back. You meet everybody meet you.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody say, oh, Senator, we're there for you, don't worry about that.
You know what I love about it? People of up. People that are cooks and people who are teachers, doctors, business people. I mean, everybody makes all colors. You know what I'm saying? That makes you feel good. I will not go into any situation where you're divided and separated.
Don't worry, I will right there in your back.
Oh, yeah. You are observing, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will right there in your back. When you at your long table and everybody just surround you. I hope I don't make a fall. Look let me tell you something, right?
But anyway, I'm going to have to run. I have a lot of...
I want to say something to you.
Uh-huh.
All them will possess. And all of them will get a resting place to come on you.
Let's leave that one for now.
They possess. And they ain't gonna rest in place.
They're haunted? Tormented?
They're tormented.
Okay, I gone.
And let me tell you something.
I gone.
The president looks so good, Sean Malone. Oh,
I gonna see, okay? Take care.
Let me talk, man.
No, not now. Later, call back again. I got too many people holding.
Daddy, I can't.
I'll talk to you another time.
Good morning to you, Marcus.
Good morning, Daddy.
Good morning.
I'm going to say something to Daddy. You want me to talk to my daddy?
You'll call back.
Okay.
You have to get in trouble.
Right.
See you.
Yeah.
Okay, before I take these other calls, right? Because we always getting these reports and all you're hearing is a bad thing the young people doing. So when they're doing well and they get printed, I think I see it here, the St. Croix Avis of Saturday, June 7th. That's today. It says, and what page is it? Thank you for highlighting this, Daddy. I think it's so nice on page 4. It says St. Croix, students from the Claudio Marco Elementary School receive awards at Henley Studios Wednesday for their contributions to the, quote, Be Kind to Animals poster, essay and poem competition conducted by the Virgin Islands Humane Learning Centers. Students from 10 elementary schools across the territory were encouraged to draw themselves caring for animals or write about kindness to animals, according to VIHLC Director Therese Donarski. Donarski said out of all the schools that entered, Claudio Marco submitted the most entries. And the celebration was not only to present them with their awards, but to give them a tour of Henley Studios, where their artwork and writings are hanging. I want to commend these students, okay? And all the students from the various schools, the additional 10 10 elementary schools, all the participants, you know why? This topic is so meaningful to me. I don't know if you all recall when they received their first appropriation from the legislature. I know it's difficult now when it comes to dividing the money. But the first appropriation to the animal shelter came by Chucky Hansen. That was their first appropriation in their history. And I got so much blows by the hater senator at the time. How could I put money towards animals? And I said, Lord of mercy. God made the animals just like He made the humans. And we should be humane to them. Yeah, I know. When they, become disruptive or something, you take a stick, you chase them, a broom or something. You don't shoot them down and things like that. So I want to commend all of the organizers that put on this great opportunity for young people so they can be sensitive to animals, that they could understand not to harm them. And when you see them in harm, that you will help them. So, and if you have animals like dogs and stuff, you have to teach them to be cautious and not to go in dangerous way. Because some of them are not trained and some of them are trained to hurt people. But nonetheless, you go out there and you admire and appreciate that there's a purpose for animals on earth. All right? So I want to commend each and every one of them. Now, be patient with me. I know the numbers are 340-773-0490, 773-0490, and 773-9951. 773-9951. And so before I take these other calls, I have to talk about what you need to know today. Thursday, I got a bunch of calls and I sent my office staff immediately to the LBJ garden to look and verify and to begin the investigation on reports that the utilities, the water supply to residents at LBJ was turned off. Okay? To all of them, So, once I verified the information, I began calling for Miss Adrian Williams. She disappeared on me. And so I went public with it. And then I was able to confirm by some staff that this took place also. Well, let me tell you, the reason these people are still here, just to back up a little bit. Last year during summer, they received a letter signed by Ms. Williams that they were to remove from LBJ and relocate, or if December 31st, 2014 arrives and they are in those apartments, they will find their belongings on the street. Okay? In writing, In writing. Of course, the people at LBJ came with these letters immediately to my office, and I intervened because I know that's not the way you do it. Especially living in public housing, there are procedures. Not the procedure that they went on with these threatening letters to raise the pressure of my people living in LBJ. And so I immediately took the letter and secure them an attorney in the name of Lerone. She did not hesitate. She said whenever they're ready to move, she will move to represent them. No cost to these poor people. I made the announcement, and shortly after, the reaction was they were going to start having meetings with them, explaining to them about relocating them, getting them another apartment, and of course that they will not be thrown out on the street. At the meeting, they didn't tell them that part about 31st. The meeting still stood. The letter still stood. But at the meeting at the legislature, on the record, when asked, Miss Adrian Dudley, I'm sorry, I keep saying Dudley, Miss Adrian Williams said very rapidly and clearly on the record that if December 31st arrives and our people did not get relocated, they will not be thrown out on the sidewalks and their belongings will not be touched. Contrary to the letter that she had given to them. So that's what it takes to have representation for our people. That's what it takes. They backed off. And December 31st came and none of our people were evicted. They kept working with them to get them relocation. And some still remain. Up to this week, we still have some tenants there. And many others who left recently but past their deadline. We're in June now. So guess what? They probably felt they were going to put the pressure on those that remained. And if you listen to WAPA, apologies, they said they disconnected it at the request of the housing authority. At their request. So their apology and explanation was simply to tell all of us it was Adrian Williams them who directed them to disconnect the water. I ain't tolerating no one abusing and pushing their power and people who cannot defend themselves because they don't have the money, the resources, okay, to hire a lawyer to defend them. You think you could kick them around. I made it very clear that they had 24 hours. There's 24 hours in one day to turn that water on, or they will be held in court personally responsible. Not just to the government, but they need to feel it in their pocket. Because only the courts can evict someone under those circumstances. Okay? These people live in LBJ because they need, N-E-E-D. They need. Not because they want to. They can't afford to. And Miss Williams came from all reports from humble beginnings. What's wrong with our people when they get a chance to go up in life, get their education, and get big positions within our government? And then you're going to forget the same people. Huh? You left behind? You are taking some big chances with me. But you'll correct them too fast. Because within by 1:30 yesterday, they reconnected back all the water supply. By 1:30 the next day, 1:13 to be exact, 1:13 p.m. You understand? You all left my people without flushing water to bathe the skin. Couple of them have people with disability in the apartment. Huh? And it's an election year, so I, like the others, supposed to be afraid to talk and offend you, Miss Williams, because you or your friends, your family lose vote and them. Where is the representation for my people? Yes, these issues will create enemies. I know that. But that is me. I don't care what enemies is brought upon if you try to tramp on my people. You understand? So again, I want to thank Lee for allowing me to use her office to make sure these people understand. You tramp on them, we coming for you. When you tramp on them, you're tramping on me. Okay? These people ain't got money and resources. They got Chucky Hansen. As long as I am around, you all ain't going to tramp on my people. Next. So I want to say in conclusion, they have the water on. Back on. Back on. But you ain't going to get away this Saturday morning because they had to spend the night without water. And if I did not intervene, they'll still be without water. And where is a plan for LBJ? Who's behind this? For this prime land by prime beaches. They did the same thing to the people in Rafti Shabert. Huh? Who want these prime lands? Who are you taking out fooling? I talk about it, I'll run and pick up the sign, then we had it for sale. Had it up for sale. Who is the buyer? Who are you got hidden to buy these properties? If it's good for them, it's good for my people to have beachfront properties. Okay. Now, so bear with me because I have to bring up some issues there. So, stay on the line. We come in, right? This, what it was, I don't have the exact date on the top. But anyway, less than 2 weeks ago, we finally got back the public housing that the federal government had taken over. Is now back in the hands of the government of the Virgin Islands. The governor had a ceremony with Mr. Graham and so forth. They forgot Chucky Hansen. All the letters and resolution I sent to the Department of Human Services and Housing relative to that takeover, and we want these public housing back in the hands of us. And I was not invited. I should have been there to witness this because I fought for it. But the bottom line is, it's back in our hands. In 2003, right after I left office, these people came in and took over all the public housing without objection. No objection. Just at the verge when I left, we were getting Williams the light. Paperwork for sale, they dropped it. And for all those years, it went back to square one. But I want to tell you, because all these public housing that were in the federal hands take over are back in the hands of the government of the Virgin Islands. Okay? back in the hands of the government of the Virgin Islands, it means that we can legislate. You see the deplorable condition the federal government has all these public housing? They did nothing. Nothing. It's in worse shape than they took it from us. Worse. All of them are worst. So we have to demand that they bring the federal monies so we can repair and fix these public housing. Help our people until they can stand on their foot with the home ownership programs. Like what I did out there with Adventure and so forth. That's another issue I'm going to bring to you. Alright? And develop many homes. We have a lot of government land that people can become home owners. But before they can make that step, that they can have decent place to live with assistance of government. Now look at Williams Delight. It got more has and cat living in these apartments, these units. Okay? When so many people are homeless or living like sardines with other relatives because they claim there's no vacancy in government. I glad this thing back in our hands because now we can legislate as senators like I've done in the past before they took over these public housing. And one of the bills I submitted and picked back up again says now we can legislate if they want for Williams Delight to become home owners. Okay? And the formula I submitted for drafting is similar to the one I did for Estate Adventure. And that basically, bottom line, all the monies that they have paid in rent to be converted into mortgages. That's what I did for Estate Adventure. And now I've submitted it for Estate Williams Delight. Alright? And also those who may have left. But before I move after those who are left, so you can understand the program a little more. Everything that you paid in rent, if the bill passes, will be considered mortgage payment. And if you have paid past $25,000 or more, then you close off with only $5,000 and you get the unit. Okay? And first priority will go for the vacant ones, people who have left already but don't own a home, will become first-time home owners, can return back if they like to Williams Delight, and the same consideration granted to have all that they have paid, okay, to the government in rent to be also converted as a mortgage payment. And they should have first priority over other people who cannot prove they never lived a period of time to pay up to $25,000 or more in rent in Williams Delight. So I've had my staff going through there with the proposal and the survey, okay? The survey of each unit that you will grant to my staff, and from the reports I've received, everybody in Williams Delight has been cooperating with the staff, giving them the information, what problems the units have, whether you have leaks, cracks in the wall, whatever it is. And I understand you all are extremely happy with this proposal. So when it hits the committee, I am going to ask each and every one of you in Williams Delight to come on out to testify if you want this to pass. Okay? and let all of us know. I know what your situation is. We don't need to be looking for votes from you alone. We need to make sure you own these units, okay? The government will start getting land tax, property tax, okay, for life, in perpetuity, for those units. So the government will gain and you will gain. The treasury of the Virgin Islands will get something from you in the form of property tax. Then the business people will start making money because now it's yours. So you're going to want to get your balcony, buy material, lumber, nails, paint. You know what I'm saying? Fix up your own place. Because once it's yours, you're going to illustrate your pride in what belongs to you. And you will fix your place looking nice. You paint it up. Every Christmas you change the paint. And if you're a Latino, right, then you kick your culture. If somebody pass away in the family, what we do, we change the color of the house. It's more paint, more pintura. Because they say when the spirit pass, they will not recognize the house. They keep going. Y'all didn't know this, right? You didn't know this. Beautiful, beautiful. Let me just take a break here and put on, you have it ready? Okay. I want to play something here for you because I got another big one for you coming. All right? And you will start taking the calls very, very shortly. In the meantime, let me tell you about another proposal I have. Because if I don't say no, I take the calls. Last week I took calls from beginning to end and I did not get to tell you much of some of our agenda. There is a proposal that I submitted to alleviate, again, people with this WAPA issue and this LEAC here on the beautiful island St. Croix, our family and friends in St. Thomas and St. John. And it's research that has brought this idea around. You see how you buy telephone cards to pay as you go? So when the minute's done, it's done. Huh? When it's done, you pay $25 or $50, and then you don't owe the telephone companies, and the carriers can say, oh no, this month the bill is $700, the following month is $1,200, and it fluctuates and so forth. No! Hey, we need to empower our people rather than taking away power from them. All right? And there is, believe it or not, from my research, an option, for example, in the beautiful island of Dominica. It's an option, it's real, where you can go in any store, you go in the supermarket, you may store your lumber shop, any place, and buy power. You know you can buy power? Yes. As an option, you have the authority, like we have WAPA. But they have an option to go in there and say, look, I want $25 worth of power. Yes! In Dominica. Beautiful island, Dominica. Just the way you buy a telephone card. You can buy, go in any store over there in Dominica and buy power. And you pay as you go. And then you control how much power you use. You control how much money you're going to spend on the power. That's an option. It's called top up your power. Top up. Alright? Rather than this traditional way they surround in the amount of power, then they're telling you how much you're going to pay. You don't know how much you're going to afford this month because you don't know what the bill is going to be this month. Fluctuating all the time. And then they strip it up. Right? So I'm submitting a proposal that demands of WAPA to seek that new technology, which Dominica has had for a while. The option to purchase power. If Dominica can do it, we under the American flag, how we can get that done? Okay? We have to be creative in the things we are doing to alleviate the burden of our people. We have to do it. That will eliminate the reconnection fee. Hey, Bossy, putting on something there. Go ahead.
Country people in wagons coming from miles around, drinking cold liquor from a mason-proof jar. Old man Glen took it, plugging that good old catfishing homemade brew. I got me some butter beans. Every Saturday night. Every Saturday night. And as long as I'm able,
Gonna do the same thing again.
my head gets so bad,
But it don't change.
I be so tore down.
I don't even know my name.
Big beach, y'all.
Big speed and barbecue.
Good old catfishing homemade brew.
Gotta have some homemade.
I got me some butter beans.
Butter beans and chili stew.
Oh, every Saturday night.
Every Saturday night.
Monday morning,
Monday,
get your damn floor.
Monday,
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
I got a milk cow. Y'all know about that, don't you?
Gotta milk the cow now.
Wednesday,
Wednesday,
I got a whiskey dog.
talking about Wednesday.
Thursday,
Thursday,
I got a sloppy hog and I ain't even shave out.
I said Thursday.
Friday,
Friday,
Friday.
Friday,
Girls, what's the sixth day of the week?
Friday,
Well, Friday,
Friday,
Friday. Now when it's done, realize one more night before Saturday comes. Good old whiskey dog.
big speed and barbecue.
Good old catfishing homemade brew.
Gotta have some homemade.
Got me some butter beans.
Butter beans and chili stew.
It's Saturday night.
Every Saturday night.
Every Saturday night.
Every Saturday.
Well, night long. From Sunday morning.
Every Saturday.
Going strong. Yes, I do. Every Saturday night.
Every
I
Saturday.
know we gonna lock the door. Woo! Good.
Every Saturday.
Night long.
Saturday night.
Just go.
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday night.
Every Saturday.
Let yourself go. Let yourself go. Let yourself go. Let yourself
Saturday.
go.
All right. Smooth, right? Great. Listen, I got this list of people, and we don't want to leave them out. So bear with me a little bit. That have relatives that passed away, and they would like us to make some announcement on their behalf. They call the office. We have a Conrad Stridiron. Conrad Stridiron, and that funeral service is today. All right? And so that you can call James Funeral Home. James Funeral Home. Okay? Then we also have Elizabeth Barron. Her funeral is pending, and they said that it will be at Hurley Davis for the arrangement. Elizabeth Barron passed away on the 30th of May. Another pending one is Ellen Adams. Ellen Adams. What's this information? Okay. The end of May, and that schedule, that funeral is also pending. So everyone who may know Ellen Adams, you can start calling them. And that also appears to be Hurley Funeral Home. I didn't know how to Hurley Funeral Home. Anyway, Jose Brioso just died recently too, and that is also pending. They want family and friends to be aware that Jose Brioso is also have passed away and is pending. Then you have Julia E. DeSutte, whose service is today. Okay? And Eugenio A. James, that's pending. Eugenio James pending. And who else we have? Sean Deanda, also pending. So you heard it here. They don't have a date yet, according to the information we received. And giving me one here, Andres Rosario Rivera. You know him known as Gambo. Remember Gambo? Andres Rosario Rivera. So they want to announce the passing of him, which was on June 4th. That's just a couple of days ago. He passed away in New Hampshire. Alright, he survived by his wife, Elsie Rosario, and his daughters Carmen, Damaris Mexley Rosario, Vilma Ponce, Mariela Rosario Velázquez, and his sons Andres Rosario, Edwin Ilesarra, Hector, and Ramon Rentas. Alright? So when is his funeral or service? He will be laid to rest in Pine Grove Cemetery in Manchester, New Hampshire, and the family asks that everybody become aware of his passing. That's for Andres Rosario Rivera. Alright? Let's play for them. Let's send them with this beautiful song. And if you can't hear us while you pick up the phone for new callers, that's the way it's set up here. But your lines are blinking. So hold for us as we play La Cuna Blanca. A little bit of it because we got some big issues we want to get into, okay? La Cuna Blanca! Number 8 by Lavis. ¿Qué pasó? What's going on? Let me take the calls then in the meantime because I don't know what's going on over there. I can't even see the production room. Mira dónde va.
Volando se ha ido aquel viejo amigo a la Virgen su adorar. Miren dónde va. Volando se ha ido aquel viejo amigo a la Virgen su adorar. Mi mente no captaba el
Nadie se atreva a llorar. Dejen que ría en silencio.
Te has marcado tu trompeta, queda en silencio. Ven, mis hermanos, que yo te canto estos tristes versos.
Nadie se atreva a llorar. Dejen que ría en silencio.
Óyeme, Padre celestial, no me lo prives de tu bondad.
Nadie se atreva a llorar. Dejen que ría en silencio.
Adiós, Luisito, compañero de mi vida, allá en el cielo, Dios te bendiga.
Nadie se atreva a llorar. Dejen que ría en silencio.
Thank you. Greetings.
Buenos días, Chucky, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, gracias. ¡Ey! ¿Cómo tú estás?
Todo bien, gracias, Chucky.
Este es Junior.
Sí,
Ay,
estaba-
padre, estamos cansados de buscarte, muchacho.
porque estaba en los Estados Unidos.
No,
2
yo lo
meses.
sé, pero no, se fueron con mi papá sin decirme nada.
Pues llegamos ayer.
Ay, señor, tú, mira, yo tengo una desesperación.
Sí,
Porque llamando, fui a la casa, estamos llamando, tu número no estaba trabajando, yo fui a la oficina allá donde tú trabajas a preguntar. No, porque esto es una cosa para mí importante, ese es mi viejo.
Pues le estaba llamando para dejarle saber que todo está bien. Ahora mismo estoy en el médico con mi papá, en el primary doctor.
Ajá.
Y para buscar las medicinas y eso. Y para dejarte saber que estaba afuera, para mi sorpresa. Tú sabes que tenemos political frenemies.
Sí.
Pero mi casa es mi casa.
Oh,
And
la
that
mía
billboard,
también.
That billboard that I have in my house that says Alicia Chucky Hansen belongs to me. And whoever tried to take it out while I was out, they're going to have a serious problem because that billboard belongs to me. Okay?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So,
Yeah, you know, your father is like my father for me, and I got desperate. I couldn't find him. I didn't know you all were in the States. The numbers wouldn't work. I was getting so desperate because, you know, your father is my old man.
I just wanted to let you know that we're here, we're back, and we're going back to action, okay?
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
care.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. Greetings.
Hi, greetings, Senator.
Yes.
I'm calling on behalf of my aunt. Unfortunately, she is unable to thank you personally and publicly in regards to the LBJ issue.
Oh.
Her pressure seemed to went up, and so she's in the hospital right now.
Oh.
With the whole issue with the LBJ guarding, turning off, disconnecting the water.
Oh,
Now,
gosh.
so I'm calling on her behalf because she really wanted to thank you publicly. So
No
I
problem,
assured her
man. No
that I
problem.
was going to call to let you know.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I hope she
Couldn't
gets
stop
better,
thanking
okay?
You, and I will let her know, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Tell her I'm all right and she must get better.
Thanks.
Thanks.
For that. Okay.
Thank you. Greetings. Greetings.
Good morning, my senator, my leader.
Hi,
doing,
how
my
are you,
senator?
my God?
Everything blessed, man. I die here. I heard you. I get phone calls. First things first.
Mm-hmm.
LBJ.
Okay.
You know, we just and I just said rather, if you want to hear talk, you could just go on the street and hear people talk. And you could get somebody to dialogue with. But when you have serious problem like what LBJ experienced this week, come to Senator Hansen office and you will get results. This is what I'm talking about. And this is why I'm proud to be a part, and I just said that publicly.
Yeah, you always
Proud.
do.
I does. Because you just get results. I raised up in the ghetto. I raised up in the hood. I know how it is to don't have.
But we're not supposed to forget from where we came from.
No. And this is the problem I have with Miss Williams. This is the biggest problem. She just crushed the small man. and still turn around and give them a smile. In the ghetto, we call it peeping in your face and telling you it's rain. Yes. You're somebody there to the top and you trust them. And you there to the bottom and you're cooling out. But you're getting wet. And when you look up and still getting a spray, and they tell you, hey, it's
I know
rain.
about them kind.
Yes, and it hurts.
You gotta stay away from me.
It hurts. I know it. And this is what power for. Power is to help and empower your people. The people them hear the same cry. If you want to talk, you just go on the street and you hear talk in Williamsville. But if you want result and you want, look, when you leave office, I cite if Senator Hansen been here. They used to hear me cite this and this. Even said if it had happened, it would not go wrong just so. It had been a challenge.
Yeah, a challenge, yes.
And when HUD receivership come in and take over the local housing, I realized that, and nobody fight none. Williamsville, like the home ownership, just stop.
Stop. Bragatam.
We're talking about 10 years now. And they're listening. And you come back 8 years after. And they're right back on the table. The people in Williams like to don't be appreciated. I mean, they will. The best thing to do is to own your own home. You have to live someplace forever. But you don't have to pay rent and a mortgage forever.
Right.
And
if the opportunity arises.
And them is the people who just go when they retire. Think of it. You retire, you become a senior citizen, and senior as we will say, and you cooling out. You don't want a landlord problem.
Nah. People
you
coming
don't
to
want
threatening to you to throw you out and things.
No, at that age you don't want no eviction letter or you got to go to the court because you hold back the rent because... No, at that age you want to chill out.
But you hear the lady that just called that said that her aunt is in a hospital?
Yes.
It makes some people sick.
Yes.
They get frightened because they feel now the pressure is on to be thrown out on the street.
We're talking about people who have a roof over their head for all their life, and one day at their age 80 at 70, what you want to be relocated and say, well, you looking for a next place to live? No. At that age, and they show you got less stress. You got children who could inherit it. I received a call from a young lady, senator, and the same Williams Delight issue, and she was asking, and I tell her that I'm going to ask the senator publicly because I think some others might be thinking about it. So I said, I'm going to ask you, and it's a valid thing to ask publicly. She called me and she asked me, said, General, I used to live in Williams Delight with my mother. I raised up in Williams Delight all my life. I just moved out of Williams Delight must be 7 years ago. My mother passed. Most of my sisters and my brother them gone. Where I'm the oldest one there. If I will take, I tell her, well, you have to come down to the office and also citizen.
But she said, if she what?
If she will be eligible to apply
they
for
will
one
have
of the
first priority.
Homes then. See?
According to this proposal, they'll have first priority, and they'll just have to prove which will be easy. It will be part of the record that they were there.
And I even asked her. The only thing I could tell her, you wouldn't be qualified if you own a house where you there.
Right. That's correct, because it would not be fair for someone who never owned a home.
Right.
So it would be for first-timers.
Yes. I also explained to her that this is the program which part you're going to be able to buy the lot or buy the home and still turn around and rent it out and to make money. Nah. It's for people to live there.
Yes.
I wrong or I right?
Right.
Yes, I had to throw that out.
And then for a period of time, because we don't want people to get stuck that if in 5 years or 8 years they are able to buy their dream home.
Go ahead.
You know? they should be able to, but it has already been shown that they have lived it.
Yes.
They just, because my thing is not to hold down people.
Uh-huh.
And so we wouldn't say that for perpetuity they got to live there and then they can't, it becomes their second, but they will always have the first choice of people who live there.
Yes, you
for
live
many
there
years.
for 5, 10 years, 6 years. Oh, you catch a little raise or so, no, I want my dream home. Now I'm
That's
going to rent this out.
Can't hold them back.
And I got
not in my book.
You say so. My goosebumps really standing up because things like this I love, man. And like I tell you, I come through the ghetto and I know what it is to don't have. We know that. We've been there, done that.
But they don't know too, but they like to play like they forget. Once they come up and get up
but
there in the positions of authority and so forth.
I wouldn't do that if you were in public office. Them is your kind of shot. Trust me. Going on the front line for the people, going on the front line for the man that can't defend or fend himself. For going, you got some people shy and afraid to speak out, and they get shut down, so they give up. Some people give up, and they say no, they give up. So I know you got a lot of callers. It's a hot topic. And I'm going to move off.
Thank you, darling. Thank you very much.
The sun shine bright by day and the moon shine bright by night. Everything we do shall be upful and right, but they have to be all night for this thing to be all right today, Adrian. God bless and keep sending it out.
Okay, darling. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend.
Same here. Bye-bye. Be good.
Greetings. Greetings.
Hi, this is Samara. How is everything with you?
Okay, I take it as it comes.
My name is Monique, and I'm a homeowner. I reside in the Williams Life.
Okay.
And on behalf of the homeowners of Williams Life, I'd like to thank you. Because it's just that for years, these houses have been abandoned, like you said, by dogs and cats and horses. And I have about 4 houses, and they are in good condition. But I am so afraid that if things are in the houses and because they use for better things.
Right.
For people that want to be living in them, for people that's on the streets,
Right.
And the houses are in good condition, like I said. And maybe all you need to do is like fix up your little cabinet, paint your house, do your little garden work, and it's going to be good.
It'll be yours,
Yeah. It's better for something to be yours than not to be yours and you're living off of people. So I think that is such a good idea, and it takes a good person and good mentality to know that this is something good to be done.
Okay.
And I've heard all the callers, and I heard the topic of LBJ. I am so sorry that they have to play a night without water. That's sad.
I mean, if you have gone through your changes in life, okay, you should remember what it was when you didn't have water, you didn't have power, and so forth. How could you be so inhumane to your people? Inhumane!
But kids coming home from school and all those parents do is bathe them up, give them something to eat, and they feel so good. After a long day of work, all you want to do is bathe and relax. To go to bed sweaty and a long day of work, that's bad. That is really sad. But thankfully, no money, nothing she needed. That is such a good person.
Yeah, it's good to have a friend, man. Good to have a friend, trust me. And something she will bring up, she don't interfere with my position on issues. I don't interfere with whoever she decides she can represent, but I can depend on her when I call her. Okay? For my people. You understand?
Not even $1 cost. Wow.
No.
That is great.
Yes.
That is nice.
Well.
Wow, I can't believe it. And she had the nerves. Wow, I know she went home and had water.
Yes, but I mean, this is what I'm saying. I'm sure they remember how it was. You know what I'm saying? How you can forget? These aren't animals. The animals sometimes can go without a bath for a week. You know what I'm saying? And they got people give their animals a bath every day or every other day.
You could never forget where you came from, huh? Never.
I will never, ever forget. That's why this kind of thing disturbs me. Okay? It disturbs me. It's not right, it's not fair, and we are to be very cautious of who we select in positions of authority that have to deal for our people.
Yes, because they think they're bigger
They're
than
not
you now.
sensitive. They're not.
Wow.
And I know some people get very angry this morning. But if I used to care about that, I wouldn't be talking about these things. You know what I'm saying? If I used to be concerned about how much vote you gain or lose, I won't talk about these things. I got some senators who will never go on the attack against abuse against our people. They stay right head center. When they'll go to the door and say, how you doing? I didn't know this was happening to you. And that's it. So you go set the beam by the door. That ain't helping them.
Oh, and also, I saw one of your staff that came to my door and they gave me the letter, so I read through it and I really understand what the proposal was all about. So, you know, that
Yes.
was good, so we could know what's going on.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And please, if you could pass the word on to neighbors and so forth, we need to get a survey filled out, because not for myself, but also for senators who will want to use an excuse not to vote for you all getting these houses, all right, under the condition or the model that I'm utilizing, that they could have evidence on how these homes are. And I know it's difficult, even if they want to check themselves. There are a lot of people, the years have gone to people's house, especially during the computer where you do a little door-to-door and so forth.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, a lot of people don't open the doors to certain senators or the staff, okay? They will not open the doors. So I really appreciate that you have been opening your doors and giving us the opportunity to do the research and prepare ourselves for this bill. Okay?
Anytime. Okay, no problem.
And myself a train. Nobody ain't going there. If they can't handle what they see, they mind their own business. And trust me, myself understand very clearly not to scorn anybody. Nothing like that. They'll be home in a second.
Yeah, oh,
Okay?
yeah.
Treat people with dignity and respect. Okay?
Because each way is owner.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so I thank you very, very much. And I thank all of you in Williams Delight who are listening, because the survey is important, not just for my office, so I could share it. In your defense, when the foolishness begin about, we don't need to do it so, we could wait for this, do that, and the other, we'll have evidence in our hands. Okay? Thank you very much, and have a wonderful weekend.
Same to you.
Thank you. Greetings.
Yes, hi. I am one of the residents from Williams Delight.
Okay.
I want to tell you and thank you for coming by. All your staff that were there and everyone, how they treated us, and just sit down and listen to our complaints. The disabled people in there that need also help.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to thank you for the good job that you're doing, and now my mother will be able, maybe myself, get a house in there in a good price, since we've been living there from since Williams Select Community was open.
Mm-hmm.
On behalf of everyone in Williams Delight.
Muchas gracias.
Y
That is a Spanish accent, right?
Yes.
Dime.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Ajá, ¿cómo está la gente? I pick up a Spanish accent. ¿Cómo está la gente?
Oh, toda la gente están por allá muy feliz. Quieren que tú vayas porque ellos dicen que tú nunca te olvidas de ellos.
Ajá.
Nunca te olvidas de ellos y que te adoran, especialmente.
Esta es mi gente. Ellos son parte de mi pueblo, ¿ok? Y yo no voy a quedarme a un lado dejando que abusen en contra de mi pueblo. Y eso estoy quedando bien ofendida con lo que le hicieron a esta pobre gente allá. Son nuestra gente. Es nuestro pueblo. Nosotros no debemos de olvidarnos de dónde vinimos. Vinimos de la pobreza. Cuando salimos de la pobreza, tenemos que recordarnos de la gente que dejamos atrás. Y tratar de darle la mano para que suban con nosotros.
Así mismo, senadora. Todo el mundo se está esperando y estamos tan ansiosos.
Yo iré para allá
por
personalmente. Cuando tenga un poquito de tiempo, yo salgo por allá, ¿ok?
Muy bien, senadora. Te vamos a esperar con las manos abiertas como siempre.
Gracias, mi amor. Adiós. Greetings.
Good morning.
Greetings to you.
Good morning, Senator. How are you doing?
Fine, darling.
I am so proud of you for all what you are doing for the people in Williams Delight and LBJ. There again, I could see your continual work that you are doing for the people, always looking out for the small people and everyone else. You know, I just want to congratulate you on the good job you're doing.